Today on the channel, we've got the final Age of the Primes Aerialbots review. Finally, we have the mighty Superion on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured, back with another Age of the Primes review. This time, we're looking at Superion, the combination of 5 Aerialbots, Silverbolt, Skydive, Air Raid, Fireflight, and Slingshot. And I've waited all year for this. Hasbro has delivered us 2 combiners in 1 year. And here we are. Personally, of all the combiner teams, the Aerialbots and Superion are my favorite. They stand heads and tails above all the rest of the combiner teams. And so while Devastator's excellent and cool, and I love combiners, period, so I'm going to get them all. But of course, we got Superion, and he is the follow-up to Menasor from Legacy. And I do think that he is a follow-up because there are some improvements that they've made, slight improvements here and there on the whole combination thing. And we'll get into it as quickly as I can to get you out of here as quickly as I can. So in appearance, Superion is excellent. You've got your Aerialbot combinations. I have the guns stored on them. That's not how it really is in G1, but rather than take the guns off, maybe you can use them as Superion on the legs and on the arms. But beyond that, this is the traditional, more or less animation accurate version of Superion that I was expecting to get and wanted. No Alpha Bravos to be seen. And no offense to Alpha Bravo, but this is the Aerialbots. I don't need no Alpha Bravos. Now, if they make an Alpha Bravo down the line, I wouldn't be opposed to, I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to getting them. But this is the Superion that I see, the Superion that I think of, the Superion that most fans think of when they see Superion. Built off of the transformational skeleton system for combiners that Hasbro's come up with. Like I said, he does have some slight improvements over Menasor, and we're gonna definitely go into it. Like I said, there's slight improvements. They're not massively different, but one of the things that they definitely did right off the break is the calves are much thicker. Menasor's calves are not as thick, and I don't know if it really 100% makes it better, but it does look better. It just looks more full, but I do think it probably has something to do with stability. As far as the arms, Superion's arms just seem just a little bit more beefy, even though honestly I might just be imagining that, but they just seem like just a tad bit thicker in this section right here. And Superion, the head section alone, that's probably the biggest improvement, because Motor Master is just a pain in the butt to change. Silverbolt is much easier. I actually did it without looking at the instructions even once. I just pretty much just changed them into Superion. So I do think that makes it a little bit less labor intensive. But yeah, that's the improvements. So I guess what we can do right now is go ahead into direct comparison so that you can not see it as an abstract and see what I mean. If you look at the thigh sections here, it's Superion, like seems like half again the size of Menasor's thighs. And then the arm section, you know, obviously it's never going to be but so thick. But this arm here seems a little thinner than this arm here. And you really are, you know, I really am kind of eyeballing it. I don't want to 100%. But you know, I'm really good at eyeballing things, and it looks a little bit more substantial. The foot section, of course, is definitely better. You have a whole platform of a foot for the Aerialbots to stand on, whereas, you know, Menasor has like kind of a truck pleat and then a foot. And he still has ankle tilt, of course, but it's just not as great as how they've accomplished that on Superion. Now that doesn't mean I'm, you know, turning in my Legacy Menasor or anything, but it just goes to show that there's an evolution to this, and we're going to see yet another evolution when the Combaticons hit, and most likely the Protectobots will follow shortly thereafter, no doubt about it. But yeah, you know, the two kind of arch rival guys, they look great together. I'm probably going to invest for both of them. There's a DNA kit available for Menasor, and while I haven't seen one, I believe there should be a DNA kit available for Superion. And basically, what I'm talking about mainly is, of course, you know, you're going to want upgraded hands on these guys. I think the DNA kit does something for Menasor's feet, but there's no DNA kit that I've been able to find for Superion. So if you know about one, I mean, I've looked, but if you know about one, then certainly let me know in the comments. So that's these guys. I'm going to keep this one short, but you know, we have all the other combiner videos that I've done: Devastator, Menasor, now Superion. These guys are just a tad bit shorter than Devastator, but they're pretty awesome, pretty great. I think that'll do it. You know, it's not really a whole lot to tell. Probably pose up Superion here for in different pose and get you out of here with some final thoughts. Final thoughts on Age of the Primes, Superion combined. I think he's great. I think he's awesome. I think he's everything that I was looking for. But there was something I meant to mention that that I was a little bit concerned enough with it that I actually ended up getting 2 copies of Slingshot. So I have an extra copy of Slingshot here. I plan to get an extra copy of Fireflight, even if I don't get extra copies of all the Aerialbots, and I may from a stop motion standpoint. But it is worth pointing out, these guys, when you transform them into the arms, at least my copy of Slingshot, and it was difficult even this time. When you put them back together as a jet, they don't 100% go back together. What I mean by that is he's sort of like loose in the middle. There's a little bit of a looseness in the middle. And I don't think there's anything you can do about it. Once you split them up and put them back together, it just kind of is what it is. Now, I will say, it was much easier. Fireflight just kind of just did what he was supposed to do. So it kind of makes me think either this arm is super tight or there was something with the slingshot that was super tight. But you know, the damage is done. I already bought another slingshot now, so no matter what, especially since I don't plan to use the base mode for anything, even if I don't get the rest of the Aerialbots again, this slingshot will always kind of be an arm. That's just going to be what it is. So that's a note that I definitely wanted to, uh, I definitely wanted to mention that because I do think it's important. But execution wise, once it's Superion, it's Superion, and as far as I'm concerned, where I got to figure rank 10. The look, the posability, the je ne sais quoi of Superion is definitely maintained here, and I, for one, am super happy to have them. As far as I'm concerned, this might be the Transformer of the year. I don't know, Devastator's really good too, but this is my favorite guy. All right, that's going to do it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to keep this one short. Thanks for clicking on this video if you made it this far. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe. We are still working to grow our imprint in the community, and we certainly love to have you a part of it. Got more Transformers on the way, as well as all the other usual suspects, so be on the lookout for that. Till next time, everybody stay safe, happy collecting. See you on the next video. Peace out.
The way I got it figured.